services.
Yes, we are very much in there helping them to tundelela us, and that's very wrong. So conversations such as these, they open your eyes to things that you might have seen but didn't comprehend, or it was just one of those things that just went over your head. Now we're putting it in your face. You can't say we didn't tell you. You know, like we're literally pulling wool off your eyes. We have social ills that we could easily be sorting out, but because of either greed, unawareness, or ignorance, whatever the issue is, are there. BE is one such policy, but employment equity was another policy similar to that, where we as black people, we needed to correct an anomaly for us to be on the same playing field. But because people don't want us to be on the same playing field, they will discredit these instruments. And then we ourselves,
I think,
Help them.
we are cheerleading for people to... So it is these kind of conversations. Don't be afraid to tell a person, I don't like you. Not people that know me know with the pink. Because Jonga, and I'm not because girls must not have why am I pretending?
Okay, let me explain the Chinese answer. I almost forgot.
Yes.
So the Chinese ruling was not a blanket ruling.
Okay.
It was quite clear that especially in the 60s, there were Chinese that were already in the country, and they were treated as black people. During the removal, because like my mom grew up in Alex, was born and grew up in Alex, when they were moving black people in certain areas, those Chinese were also moved from certain areas because they were deemed black. So that community, the ruling recognizes that community. There were people who were also just like black people, were treated as if they were black, and they were also like excluded. So it's not like, a Taiwanese man cannot land today and say, or somebody from China and say I'm black because the policy, it was very clear to say, and they are the ones who said, not we were treated very badly. And we were there at the time, and this is how it impacted us. So it was specific to say it's not a blanket approach now to everybody who's Chinese.
You see, how would we have known about that without, because some of us might have thought it is a blanket Chinese. And I'm like, how seriously?
That's how the media sold it.
You know, those kind of things.
As part of the who discredited this whole
thing
as well.
So we have a lot to correct in our country, but correcting things doesn't always come in a big bang kind of whatever. It's you correcting small little things in your own pocket, and then that sort of have this multiplier effect. But if any and all of us decide not to do anything, where would we be? Where would we be? So don't discredit your little effort in your corner where you're trying to do the right thing. And think, man, it's just a drop in the ocean. That drop in the ocean, when another one next to you, and you know that domino effect kind of thing. After a while, we will see where we wanna go. So there's a lot that we need to be fixing. So we start here by understanding the rationale behind some of these laws and why they're put in place. Some of us know that we were beneficiaries of the employment equity.
Most of us.
Yes. I mean, I was an executive in my 30s because the space was opened up for black capable people to be in power and do the right thing. Now, when I'm in my 40s and the person looks at the history and I'm like, I worked this and I'm like, how you know, it's because somebody saw it fit to open up the space, and I took the space and I literally owned the space because I knew what my worth was and I wasn't apologetic about it, and I went about it to build who and what it is that I wanted to build out of it. So it is when we are put in those spaces, those positions of power, can we not be apologetic about what kind of changes we need to bring to those spaces? Because the reason we are put there,
Let's make a change.
it's a bigger reason than you just getting a paycheck out of it.
Yeah.
You need to make it count because there are a lot more people behind you that you need to open doors for. Now, if you want to get in and then close the door or pull the ladder after you got in, that is just pure selfishness, and we're not going to get anywhere. So you are put in those spaces for a reason, and clearly understand that reason and rise up to it. And if you can't in your own volition, then find spaces like this where people will tell you, teach you, show you how you rise up to that occasion. Because we're already there, we can't take you out again. So let us mentor you to then be the kind of person that would make a difference. We need to make a difference wherever we are. That's all I'm saying. Thanks, Busi. Continue.
Now I'll hand over to H/M.